My sister asked me to hide my boyfriend at her own wedding. I came out to my family at 15, sitting on the porch steps with my sister Renee beside me because I couldn't do it alone. She held my hand the whole time and told our parents that if they had a problem with me, they had a problem with her too. For years she was the person I trusted most. When she met Grant 3 years ago, things were fine at first, a little stiff at family dinners, nothing alarming. Once the wedding planning started, something shifted. Renee got tense whenever I mentioned my boyfriend Theo, changing the subject fast, glancing at Grant. I told myself it was just wedding stress. Then, at the rehearsal dinner, Grant leaned toward his mother and said, loud enough for half the table to hear, that Theo and I were going to make people uncomfortable. After dinner, Renee pulled me into the hallway outside the restaurant bathrooms. She told me she still loved me, she wanted me there, but maybe Theo shouldn't come to the actual ceremony. I asked her why, point blank, and she said something I will never forget. She said being gay was fine, but I shouldn't force it on everyone else by bringing a date. I stood there in that ugly hallway with the bad lighting and realized my own sister had just told me my boyfriend of 2 years was forcing something on her wedding guests, like he was a prop and not a person. I didn't yell, I didn't even argue, I just said okay, and I left. The wedding was the same weekend as Theo's birthday, which we'd already planned around, thinking I'd just pop in for a few hours before the ceremony. Instead I skipped the wedding completely. I put on a ridiculous sequin jacket, took Theo to this drag bar downtown that he loves, and we danced until 2 in the morning surrounded by people who would never in a million years ask him to sit in the back so nobody felt uncomfortable. I got a few texts from cousins asking where I was. I turned my phone face down and ordered another round. I felt guilty for maybe 6 hours, right up until Renee texted the next morning saying I'd embarrassed her in front of Grant's whole family by not showing up to be his groomsman. That's when the guilt turned into something else. I wrote back and said I hadn't embarrassed her, she'd embarrassed herself by asking me to make my own relationship invisible so her in-laws could enjoy their dinner. We haven't spoken since, not really, just a stiff text on my birthday. My mom says give it time. Some cousins have quietly reached out to say they thought Renee was wrong. Grant's family got the wedding they wanted, spotless and comfortable, and I got a night I still think about, dancing in sequins with the person I love, surrounded by people who never once made me feel like an inconvenience. Would I do it again? Every single time. Would you have gone to the wedding anyway, just to keep the peace? Because I still don't know if that would have made me the bigger person, or just smaller.